Hey guys, what's going on? This is Austin here with another Devo video. Today I want to talk to y'all about a verse in Romans that a lot of people could say really is the greatest news in the gospel and in Christianity. And quite honestly, it's a verse that God has really continually laid on my heart to share with others and just have dialogue about. So before we go into that though, I want to tell y'all a quick story about me in middle school. When I was about This had to be about 13 or somewhere around there. I started to learn about this thing called dating, right? And so what I started to learn was that girls liked the guy that looked good, smelled good, acted well. And so what I started to do was, I'd get I had Lucky Cologne. That's what I used to wear. I'd get like this bottle of Lucky Cologne and just like pour it in the bathtub and just dip in that mug just so my whole body just smelled like Lucky. And then I learned to go to the right stores and get the right jeans and the right shirts, you know what I'm saying? And the right shoes, Doc Martens, that's what they were back in the day. And then I learned that I had to act a certain way, so I couldn't act like this complete weirdo that was just hovering over a girl like 24/7. Like I found that if I did that, that I was going to do quite the opposite of getting a girlfriend. I was probably just going to get shunned in the girl community, in the girl society. And so I learned that I had to start acting a certain way and be like suave and say like these, almost like covert romantic lines. You're like, hey girl, what's up? And so I started to learn that, I had to do these certain things in order to get a girlfriend. And what I want to talk about today is how that doesn't really honestly translate into Christianity. That mindset doesn't work when we approach the gospel and we approach God. And so I'm going to read y'all a verse out of a book in Romans. And it says in verse 6, chapter 5, "For while we were still helpless, at the right time Christ died for the ungodly." And then jumping down to verse 8. "But God demonstrates his own love toward us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us." And so you're asking, okay, why are you telling us this story about you dumping in a bottle of Lucky and hopping on it and then, this verse in Romans? What this verse is saying, and I hope you can track with me on this, what this verse is saying is that we didn't appear to God, doll ourselves up, put some cologne on, get our right clothes on and appear before God, and then God was like, yeah, all right, I'll take you. I'll let Christ die for you. That is not the way it worked. It is the exact opposite. It says, while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. Another way of translating that while we were at our worst, Christ came and died for us. So Christ took the beatings and the crown of thorns and the mocking and being crucified at our worst state. Now, what does that mean? Well, that means that you can't earn God's approval. So you can't do the right things and you can't act a certain way in order for God to love you more. Because if he sent his own son to die for you at your worst state, what are your good deeds going to do for him, right? And so this is probably the most freeing part of Christianity, because what it's saying is, man, it's not about the future version of you, and it's not about a good version of you. Christ died for the worst version of you, and now we just got to walk in that freedom because he died for you in that state, right? And so I just want to leave you with this thought about, man, it's not about getting your life all together and then approaching God and saying, oh, I'm all together now, are we cool? It's just about this understanding that, man, I am wrecked, I am broken, I don't have things together, and I need Jesus and I need the gospel. And God kindly and just awesomely says, I will take you and I will love you in that state. And just to kind of reiterate, it's not about him just accepting you and being like, oh, I guess I'll take that guy. Man, I am for that guy and I am for that person, even though their life is in complete shambles and they haven't got a thing figured out. I am so for them, and I am for them in their joy. And so I just want to leave you with that so encouraging thought of that God sent Christ to die for us in our very worst state. So therefore, he loves us and is for us, even though we were completely against him. And so I hope that helps you out, and the Spirit can teach you through that, and you can learn something. And good luck with your dating game if that's what you learned out of this. Good luck. And I will see y'all later. All right, take care.